Okay, so to start as usual, let's find a comfortable seat, sitting tall, closing your eyes. And see if you can take 3 breaths just consciously, just really feeling or experiencing the breath, which is different than conceptualizing it, thinking about it, analyzing it, trying to make it be a certain way. Okay, so just close your eyes, relax, and then when I stop talking, just take 3 breaths and just allow yourself to really have the experience of breathing. So as you do that, I'd like you to note again what reaction, if any, there was in your emotions and your mind. Was that a welcome invitation? Was that something that was resisted by the mind? Maybe you rolled your eyes, oh God, this breath thing, and just inviting you to notice whatever reaction there may have been. And maybe there was none. And it's not good or bad either way. It's not about being spiritual or not, or right or wrong, or how should we. Again, it's not about any of that. We're just noticing. So as I invited you to take those breaths, just inviting you to notice if there was any kind of reaction or response to that. So now let's begin to deepen our breathing. We do this every class. We're going to inhale, fill the belly, ribs, upper chest in that order. We exhale, we reverse that, and that's called Dirga, 3-part yogic breathing. So my assumption is that you know the technique, but it is good to review from time to time basics. So Dirga should be silent. I know that I tell you to make a sound, that's a separate technique. So if your Dirga isn't silent, try and work on that. See if you can work on that deep 3-part breathing, but without any sound. You know, if you're stuffed up, it's okay. But overall, we want to learn how to breathe deeply without any kind of noise, without any kind of sniffing sound, anything like that. All right, and what this does is it forces us to breathe deep but slow. It's the only way it's going to be quiet. You know, if I do one of those, it's going to make a lot of sound. So yes, it's a deep breath, but it's fast. So deep and slow, which means silent, okay? So once you've established that deep 3-part silent breathing, then we intentionally create a sound. And again, I'm going to go over a little bit of basics. Hopefully you all know this, you're already doing it right. But we want the sound to come from here, the throat, not here, the nose. So I've had students who for years were doing this technique wrong because they just misunderstood the instructions. So they were making a loud sound as they breathe, coming from here, the nasal cavity. We want it to come from here. So as I say, I think almost every class, like you're fogging a mirror, but mouth closed. So we don't fog a mirror with our nose, right? Making a sound with our nose, it's not going to fog a mirror. So it's like you're trying to slow your breath down or make it hot. All right, we've all done that as children. I think we all know how to do it. So these 2 techniques are very, very important. They really turn this class from just a simple kind of stretch, exercise, workout class into what I consider to be true yoga. So let's keep that breathing going, and as we exhale, we're going to transition to a tabletop position. And we begin Pratapana, which is again something we do every class, which is warming up the spine. So on the inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, crown of the head comes up, and as we exhale, we just reverse that. Very simple. And this should be pain-free. As many of you know, I've been nursing some injuries, so it's not completely pain-free for me, but I am getting better. But I note the pains that I'm feeling. Any stiffness, pain, soreness, or dullness in my body, I want to take note of that because that might inform which choices I make in the practice today, how far I try and take things. Okay? So very simple, it doesn't usually require very many repetitions to be effective. Then we bring our knees together, we take a nice deep breath, exhale, hips to the right as we look to the left, inhale center, and exhale to the other side. So again, like a dog trying to grab its own tail. I don't know if you can hear my spine cracking as I do that, but this is one of the reasons we do this, is those cracking sounds are the sounds of fixation being released from the joints, which helps the joints to move more freely. So this one, I feel like I could use a few extra repetitions, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'll come back to neutral when I'm done. And remember, you can do as many of each of these as you like. Inhale, right arm up, exhale down, inhale, left arm. So this one definitely I'm feeling. Over the weekend, I did a lot of work on my shoulders, trying to release some pretty deeply seated tension there in my shoulders that maybe were related to my shoulder injury and my back injury. I think, as I mentioned in a recent class, oftentimes the nervous system isn't reset just because the muscles heal or the joints heal. So oftentimes there's an additional process that's necessary to truly, completely heal. You might say resetting the central nervous system, the computer, so that it knows that it's healed and that we have full range of motion again. Okay, from there we'll tuck those toes. We come into our first down dog. Again, I don't know if you can hear those cracks in my ankles, my feet, my toes, but again, that's generally a good thing, just stretching everything out, waking everything up. When you're done, as usual, come into your full down dog. So again, we go over this almost all the time. Very important though, hands shoulder width, fingers wide, chest actively drawing toward the toes, feet hip distance, and heels reaching toward the ground. Now, hopefully you can see my heels are on the ground, but a lot of people will only be able to be like this, and that's fine. That just means you don't have as much flexibility in the ankle joint as I do. That might mean you have tension in your calf muscles, but it also may not be that. It may just be the shape of your bones, okay? So we exhale, let's walk our feet to our hands, and we come into a brief ragdoll here, dangling, swaying, nodding the head or shaking the head, just to loosen everything up. And then with the arms relaxed, we'll inhale and come on up to standing. All right. So now we're going to begin warming up with some sun salutations, which is, those were warm-ups, but I don't feel really actually warm. I just moved everything a little bit. Sun salutations should actually create heat inside of us. We should start to feel warm. So let's inhale, arms up, touch palms. We lift the heart, and we exhale to a forward fold. Inhaling to the half lift, and we'll exhale as we step to the top of a push-up. So again, we want those wrists directly below the shoulders, shoulders engaged, ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels aligned. Again, a very common mistake looks like this. right? I'm exaggerating a bit. It might look like that, but we really want those hips down here. And the others looks like this, where I'm not engaging the shoulders. I'm just collapsing into it. Let's take a deep breath here, and as we exhale, we drop those knees and come down halfway as we take a breath. This is not an easy position to hold. And with the next exhale, we come the rest of the way down. With the feet together, we inhale and come up to our first Cobra Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower down, press back to tabletop, and then to downward facing dog. Let's check in on our breathing, make sure we're still using the breathing techniques. Very easy to forget as we begin moving. And then let's inhale toes, exhale front edge of the mat. We inhale to the standing back bend, and then grabbing the right wrist as we exhale, and we just stretch our right side. Inhale center, gently stretch the left side. Inhale to center, and exhale to the forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, top of your push-up. Good, so as always, knees up or down is your choice depending on your strength, your energy level. Take a deep breath, exhale halfway down. Inhale, straighten arms and legs for up dog. And as you exhale, do a push-up on your way back to the downward facing dog. Good. Let's do one more. Inhale to the toes. Exhale, front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend. Exhale to half moon. Inhale through center. Exhale, stretch your side. Inhale to center, and exhale as you sit back into an imaginary seat, chair pose. This is another good time to just check our breathing. Make sure our breath is deep, it's rhythmic, it's slow. It's not labored. We're not holding it. Good. Let's inhale back to standing back bend, and we exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half lift, and we exhale, if possible, right to the bottom of a push-up. Inhale to the up dog, and let's do a push-up on our way back to the downward facing dog. All right, beautiful work. Today we're going to do a lot of work with our adductors and our sides. Let's bring our feet to touch here. We inhale the right leg up and back. And as we exhale, we just touch that knee high up on the right arm as we take a breath. Good. From there, let's inhale that leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. And then we'll turn to face the left side of our mat. And we're over at the right edge of the mat. Okay, so hopefully that's clear. Now over here, we feel a stretch here in the inside of that left thigh. Okay, so we're going to be trying to stretch that as much as we can, both sides. The feet can point in different directions. Your hands can be on the ground, at your heart, or up in the air. Okay, so we want to feel the stretch in here. You may have to play around a little bit. I get a better stretch if I come down low like this, so that's the way I'm going to do it. Some people might even be up here and feel the stretch, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, so wherever you are, as long as you feel that stretch and you feel safe, that's what we want. Let's take a nice deep breath. We exhale over to this side. Now we're stretching in here, and then we'll inhale back. So that's one. We're going to do a total of 5 here. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. You don't have to go as fast as me. You want to coordinate your breath and movement, okay? So take your time. If your breath is slow, take your time with that. Then we turn back to face forward, and we vinyasa back to down dog. Again, you'll notice I often skip them because it's just not possible for me to teach the class and do all the vinyasas at the same time. I'll end up winded from all the talking I'm doing. Okay, so side 2, the feet touch. We inhale left leg up and back. Exhale the knee high up on the arm. Hold, take a breath. Then we inhale that leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. And then we just turn to face the right side, but we're over at the left edge of the mat. Okay, hopefully that's clear. So we're stretching into here, the inside of the thigh. Okay, and again, we've already done this once, so maybe you need to go a little further, a little deeper to find the stretch. Okay, then take a nice deep breath. We exhale over to this side. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Again, the reason we do this is we are trying to release superficial tension that might be living in that part of our body, and just gently moving back and forth does a good job of eliminating that. Now we turn and vinyasa as we make our way to downward facing dog. Okay, so this is the week where we explore our side planks. Very, very important core strengthener. Also works our balance a little bit. So let's come down to tabletop and we'll come over onto our left side. We drop down to the elbow. Elbow is directly below the shoulder, and again, the shoulder is engaged. Okay, so make sure that those muscles are being used here. Now, we have 2 positions for the legs. One is the knees are bent like this, okay? And the full expression of the posture would look like that. So this is good if I lack shoulder and strength in the obliques, then this is a good choice. I can do it hopefully safely that way. But for more intensity, if that feels a little too easy, still engaged here, but now the legs are straight, okay? And then like any yoga posture, once we're there, we want to take a few breaths. Good. Come on down, and we'll take it over to the other side. So as you all know, this is our baseline for today's class. I'd say the easiest is probably here. Now there's some other variations we'll do a little later that may be just as easy or even easier for certain body types. And so you're welcome to do those or fall back on those as well. But this is a good starting place. This is a good place to begin building the right strength and technique to do the side plank if you have trouble. This might seem like a really basic posture, but I see people in class all the time that can't do it. They can't do it, okay? So as basic as it might seem, it is worth breaking it down and figuring out how to do it safely. Okay, from there, we go ahead and make our way back to the down dog. And from down dog, we inhale to the toes and exhale to the front edge of our mat. From there, we inhale up to our standing back bend, and we'll exhale, hands to the hips. Okay, let's take a look at tree pose, Bakasana. So here we are, standing with the feet together as close as we can manage them. And then we're going to bend that right knee. And we have 3 positions for the foot, the ankle, the calf, or the inside of the thigh. All right. Now this knee is back and away as much as possible. Okay. Hands at the heart is a nice way to do this. Or you can grow some branches and leaves. I actually think this is probably a little easier with the arms out, but you're welcome to do this as well. So this is a very basic balanced posture. If you're having trouble, try planting your eyes on one spot in front of you. Slow your breath down and focus on a steady breath and focus your mind on your breathing. Good. With the exhale, let's bring our hands to the heart position, bring our foot down, and we'll switch sides. Same thing here. This is our tree pose. And again, I can extend those arms. The knee is back as much as possible. Good. We exhale, we release the tree. Then inhale, standing back bend, and exhale, forward fold. Inhaling to the half lift, we exhale right to the bottom of our push-up as we make our way back to the downward dog. Okay, so continuing on, let's bring those feet to touch. We inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to the right arm. Inhale that leg up and back. Oops, sorry, right leg. And then exhale to the center and hold. Take a breath. Good. Inhale that leg up and back. Then exhale as you lunge. And we inhale to a warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So with these lunges, it's very important to find your edge. It's really easy to do these postures. Like if I do this posture like this, technically everything is right, but my legs aren't really working very hard. So I'd like to come into a position where I feel the stretch here, I feel the work here, and of course the arms might start to get tired as well. And again, we don't ever want to do this. This is not the posture. Okay, this is the posture here. There's a reason why we do everything the way we do in yoga. Every little bit stretches or strengthens a different part of the body. Good. The exhale, let's come to the bottom of our push-up. Again, you'll see me switching sides in today's class. That's just so I can continue facing the camera. Okay, feet touch. Inhale, left leg. Exhale to the left arm. Just tap it. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale to the center. Hold and breathe. Good. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. Then inhale to warrior 2. So the chest, the pelvis face the right wall. Front foot and knee pointing straight ahead. The knee lunges over the heel. Back leg is nice and straight. And as always, I reach those fingertips out and the arms will go parallel with the ground on their own. And again, you could say, this isn't completely true, but you could say the yoga begins when you begin to become uncomfortable. Okay, as long as it's easy and you're having fun and there is nothing really to be aware of, you might say it's almost like you're not really doing the yoga yet. The yoga often starts when we start to feel like, ooh, gee, I want to come out of this. Okay, let's exhale. We come to the bottom of our push-up and make our way back to down dog. Okay, from the down dog, let's go ahead and take a look at another variation of the side plank. So we'll bring our feet to touch. Let's inhale the left leg up and back. We're going to exhale and drop that knee to the ground. And then as we inhale, we just roll back, opening up. Okay, so you'll notice that we've stacked everything. Okay, the shoulders, the hips were a little higher, shoulders engaged, right? So again, I'm not collapsing down there. And again, if this is too much, you can do the last variation. We're looking up here. Now for a little more, I recommend, as long as you feel okay, try this instead. Okay, so now we're a little closer to the full expression of side plank. This is a very good variation where you still can get a lot of the benefits of the full expression, but you add a little bit of support. Good. Let's exhale. Come on down. Again, I'll turn just for the sake of the camera. We inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale that knee to the ground, and then we inhale as we roll into our side plank. Okay? Good. So we're here. Again, you're welcome to stay. But if you feel okay doing so, this is much closer to the full version of the posture. So I recommend it if you can do it. Good. We exhale that hand down, returning to our downward facing dog. And from down dog, we inhale to the toes, and we exhale front edge of the mat. Let's inhale up to standing, and we exhale hands to the heart. Okay, so this is Ardha, Baddha, Padma, Vrikshasana. So we add a half lotus to our tree. Now this may not be for everybody, so again, if you were having trouble balancing, or if you think this next version is not for you, you do the tree again. All right, there's no problem with repeating postures. You will continue getting benefits with the repetitions, okay? So if you want to take it a step further, right foot comes to the inside, or in front of, rather, the left hip here. I am mirroring you, okay? So this knee again is down and back, the foot is here, and I can hold the foot with my left hand, or I reach around with the right hand and try and bind that big toe, okay? Grab that big toe. Let's see if I can get it. Ah, almost. Lose my balance in the process. Okay, and then once you have it, you can bring the other arm up. All right, so totally optional, but it can be fun and challenging to create that bind there. Good, let's exhale, and we will switch sides. So this is the half bound lotus tree pose. As we often do in my classes, we're combining two classic postures. I'm not the only person to do this or the first person to do this, so don't think that that's something that I invented or came up with. Definitely not. Good. Exhale, we release the pose, and then we inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of your push-up. Make your way to down dog. So again, as we practice, we often notice things. So I'm noticing my hips really, really tight this morning. So that might be something that I then look at in my next practice, try and open up my hips a little bit. Okay, so again, yoga is all about awareness. What's going on with our body? What's going on with ourselves? Okay, feet touch. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, right arm. Just tap the knee. Inhale. Exhale, center. Good, inhale. Exhale, opposite arm. Hold, take a breath. Good, inhale that leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. And then we inhale to our warrior two. Good, and then we inhale to this position with the next inhale. This is called stupa. Notice my toes are pointing out. This should be very restful. So if you can't touch your hands, that's fine. They could be up like that. As we exhale, we bend the knees and we come into our first goddess. So in goddess, we want the knees and the toes pointing in the same direction. I drop my hips down, okay? Knees are back, so it's really as wide as my hips will go. And then my arms are just basically mirroring what I'm doing with my legs, more or less. Okay, my hands are facing forward, and this is the goddess. Good. So inhale, we'll come on up again, and exhale. Maybe we come a little deeper. So, you know, as you come into it, you can walk your feet out a little bit to keep your heels under your knees. And let's do one more. We'll take a deep breath in, and we exhale. Sink into that goddess pose. Good. Let's inhale, we come on up, and exhale, we cartwheel down to the bottom of a push-up, making our way to down dog. All right, side 2, feet touch. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, left knee to left arm. Inhale. Exhale to the center. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm, and hold and breathe. Good. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. Inhale to a warrior 2. Exhale there. And then inhale to stupa, the monument pose. Exhale, sink down into your goddess. Now inhale the right heel off the ground as you sink the hips and breathe. Good. Exhale the heel. Inhale back up. Exhale, goddess. Inhale the left heel. Take a breath or 2. Good. Exhale that heel. Inhale back up. Exhale, goddess. And then inhale both heels and the hips come down. Good. Inhale back up and exhale as you cartwheel down, bottom of your push-up. Okay, so we've learned a few different variations of side plank. You've actually learned 4, right? With the elbow down, the legs could be straight or bent. And then you can either drop your bottom knee with the arm straight, or you can take the top foot to the ground with the arm straight. If all of those feel okay, let's try the full version. Feet touch, and then I roll to my left, okay, stacking everything like we did earlier. Now, as I mentioned in the past, it's called a side plank, not a side arch. Okay, this is an arch, and this is a plank. So we want those hips down. It's harder this way, I get it. So there's a temptation to cheat because as we lift those hips, it gets a little easier. Looking up, breathing. Good. We exhale back to our down dog. Again, I'll switch sides just for the sake of the camera. And then feet touching. We come off to the other side. Again, guys, I really need to emphasize no pain, okay? We don't want to practice with pain unless we know it's safe. So if you have an injury, you know it's safe, you might feel a little pain, that's fine. But if there's anything unexpected here, then we want to avoid that today. Find a variation that is free of pain, okay? That's why I teach you so many variations. All right, beautiful work, everybody. Let's inhale to the toes. We exhale, front edge of our mat. Inhale up to standing back bend. And we again exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, so again, we've learned a few versions of tree. If you want to take it a little bit further, the way to do that is to come into this variation. And again, you can hold with either hand. All right, one is bound when you're coming around. That's called a bind, bada. Ooh, that bind is really tough today for me for some reason. Okay, from here, with either arm in the air, and with either arm holding the foot, you can exhale, hinging from the hips, coming forward and down. Okay, so now this becomes
a stretch for the standing leg potentially as we fold in half. Very challenging to do this, but I think it's important for us to challenge ourselves safely, calmly, with a lot of awareness, taking our time, not trying to force anything. Okay, we inhale, we come back up, if possible, as gracefully as we can, and we exhale as we release our bound tree. All right, side 2. This is called Ardha, Baddha, Padma, Paschimottanasana. Okay. Once we come forward, it's no longer really a tree anymore. Now it becomes a forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Okay, from here, deep breath in and exhale, fold. Again, things I'm noticing are the bind is super challenging today. I think my hips are stiff for whatever reason, or maybe my shoulders are. Balance, definitely challenging today as well. Okay, inhale as we come back up, and exhale as we release that pose. Beautiful. Okay, inhale, standing back bend, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, crow, handstand, and exhale, bottom your push-up. All right, from here, let's bring our feet to touch. We inhale that right leg up and back. Exhale, just tap your right arm. Inhale, center. Inhale, opposite arm. Kick it out. Inhale, fallen triangle. So again, a lot like side plank, right? But we can lift up now. You want to arch? Go ahead. You want that arm further back? Go ahead. And again, the modification is you just drop that knee. But again, we can arch. We can turn the chest toward the ceiling. So it's not the same as side plank by any means. Okay, we exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. We inhale to our warrior 2. With the next inhale, we come to stupa. Exhale to the goddess. Good. Inhale back up. Exhale to a warrior 2 facing backward. And then inhale to reverse or peaceful warrior. So you're stretching here and in here. So your left waist and ribs and the inside of your right thigh. Feel free to reach up and grab the wrist, deepening that stretch. But notice my left knee is still lunged. So I see this all the time in class. That is incorrect. That knee stays lunged, okay? Good. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, stupa. And exhale, cartwheel down. Bottom of your push-up. Make your way to down dog. Okay, side 2, feet touch. Inhale, left leg. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm. And then inhale, fallen triangle pose. Good. Exhale that hand to the ground. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. Inhale to warrior 2. Good. With the next inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Good. Inhale back up. And then exhale, warrior 2, facing the back of your mat. And then inhale, reverse or peaceful warrior for a few breaths. Good. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, stupa. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, back up, and exhale, cartwheel down, bottom of the push-up. All right, beautiful work, everybody. From here, let's take a look at our next side plank, next version of side plank. So, with the feet touching, we come into our full expression of side plank. And again, you do not need to do this. If you want to take it a step further, take that foot into tree. You can even grab that foot. You can even do the bound version. So some people can put that foot and then reach around and bind. I'm not going to try that today. It's a little bit above what I'm comfortable doing this afternoon. Okay, we exhale. Let's come back to our down dog. Take a breather. Again, the way I was trained to teach yoga, guys, is if you're panting and out of breath, you need a break. This is one of the differences between yoga and a traditional workout, okay? For better or for worse, maybe you want to be out of breath. Okay, maybe you want to be winded. Maybe you feel like that's a good workout. Well, then this isn't a good workout. This is yoga. Okay, feet touching. We come into the other side. Right? And then if I want to take it a step further again, I bring that foot into tree. So nice straight line on this side. Can you guys see that? So I'm not dropping down. I'm not arching either. Just nice straight a line as I can manage. Good. We exhale as we return to the downward dog. Okay, from our downward facing dog, we inhale to the toes. We exhale to the front edge of the mat. Inhale up to standing back bend. And we exhale, again, hands to the heart. So let's take another look at a variation of what we've been doing today. We bring that foot, right foot, into that same position, okay? And then now, if I want to go a step further, inhale, arms up. You can even bring those arms out in front of you. And then just exhale as you slowly come down into toe stand. Okay, so this is a toe stand here. It is a balance posture. It's also a hip opener. Requires flexibility, coordination, strength in that foot. And then we inhale and come up as gracefully as we can. Exhale, release the posture. So again, it might sound like a platitude or some kind of, flowery statement, but in my experience, it's really true. Balance is going to start with your breath, guys. So if you're having trouble balancing, I want you to really focus on that slow, deep breathing. And see if you create a really slow, deep breath, if your balance does not improve. A lot goes into balance. Okay, again, strength, flexibility in this particular posture, our inner ear. But all of it starts with a steady breath. Good. Let's inhale, we come back up. And exhale, release. Inhale, standing back bend. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift or crow or handstand. Exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. All right, beautiful work. From here, let's bring our feet to touch. We inhale the right leg up and back, bend the knee, open the hip, and if it feels okay, you flip your dog around, and let's move that arm that's in the air a little bit. Good. From there, we take a nice deep breath and exhale as we lunge. We inhale to our warrior two. Exhale. Inhale to the stupa position. And then as we exhale, we'll come forward and down into wide leg forward fold. Okay, so nice wide leg forward fold. We want the inside of the edges of the feet parallel or toes slightly in toward one another. As I inhale, I'm going to take a nice deep breath in and extend my spine. And then as I exhale, I'm going to walk those hands in between my feet and try and get the crown of my head all the way to the ground. It may or may not reach, but that's the direction I'm going in. So deep stretch on the inside of those thighs is what I'm looking for. Good. With the inhale, I come all the way back up, and exhale as I cartwheel down to the bottom of a push-up. Okay, make your way to down dog. And we'll do the other side. So feet touch. Inhale, left leg up and back. And then exhale as you flip over. Good. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale as we lunge. We inhale to a warrior two. The next inhale, we take the stupa. And then we exhale to Prasarita Padottanasana. Okay, so this is our second time around. If you want to take it a little deeper, there are a few ways you can do that. One is grabbing the big toes and gently coaxing yourself down, using your arms to take it a little deeper. You can also do this, interlacing fingers back behind your back, and this will stretch the front of your chest and gently compress the shoulder blades, which can be a nice stretch as well. Good. Inhale, let's come back up and exhale as we cartwheel down to the bottom of push-up. Okay, so let's take a look at our final version of our side plank. So again, you want to be able to do the classic version first. And then to take it a step further, you lift that top leg as high as you can. This is called a starfish. Some people actually grab the foot and pull it up. You're welcome to do that if you'd like. That's a deeper stretch, but it's less work. So you're not working as hard muscularly. You're getting more of a stretch. And it's very often in yoga that that's the case. Something that's a deep stretch doesn't require as much strength, and vice versa. Okay, other side. And then again, this is the posture, starfish pose. Good. Exhale, come on down. So it definitely works me out. My breath is deep, again, about as deep as it can go before I start really straining to breathe. So, you know, this may not be what we traditionally think of when we think of a workout, but in my experience, it definitely is still a workout. We're burning plenty of calories. We're working our heart. We're sweating a little bit. Very, very good for you. Okay. From here, we inhale to the toes. Exhale, front edge of our mat. We inhale up to standing back bend, and we exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, so our last variation of what we've been doing with our tree variations. These are all just based on this bound tree position, okay? And again, you've learned many variations, and repeating them is not a sign of defeat, okay? It's a sign of intelligence that you know where your limit is, and by repeating, going to your limit, that's how you expand it. And that's also how you keep yourself strong and healthy. Even if you never go further, that's not the point. Just by going to your limit, that's how you maintain your ability to do that. One day you might be in your 90s or over 100 and bedridden, and you can't even imagine doing the basic tree pose. It would be a miracle for you to do this, okay? So again, how do we maintain that? We keep doing it throughout our life. Okay, if you want to go with me for this next one, this is an arm balance. We inhale the arms up, we exhale down, and then bring the shins against the back of the arms. We learned the other week about chaturanga arms. So again, we create those chaturanga arms looking forward, not down. I shift weight off of my foot until I'm just balancing on my hands. I don't know if that's apparent on the camera. I'll turn sideways, so hopefully you'll be able to see. I haven't given up my lotus. I still have my lotus. Okay? And then I lift that foot. So this is a half lotus tree pose, or rather crow pose. Again, a combination of a few different postures. I'll turn this way so you can see it. All right? Okay, so let's inhale back up to standing. We exhale, release. Again, my heart is racing, my breath is deep, I'm sweating. It is not easy, okay? Even though it doesn't look like a traditional workout, the body is working, okay? My blood is pumping. Okay, from there, inhale and exhale. Looking up, balancing on the hands. See if you can lift those toes. Beautiful. We inhale back to standing. Woo. And exhale, release. So you can see I had a little trouble balancing there. Okay, beautiful. Let's take our child pose and we will relax for a few moments. Okay, from here, let's bring ourselves up to a kneeling position. And we'll stretch our sides, okay? So let's bring that left leg to the left. Inhale the right arm up, and then exhale as we take the gate posture. You could do this, or you can bring this hand here if you like. I like this, it's a little deeper stretch. We want to avoid this, okay? So if you're doing that, roll that shoulder back, open up that chest, and just pull straight across. We're targeting right in here. All right, you might say all the way up through the wrist. We're also getting in here. Good, we inhale back up, exhale, pull it back in, and then see the other side. So right leg goes out to the side. Notice my foot is flexed, toes are pointing up. Inhale, reach that arm up. And exhale, keep going till you feel that stretch. Good, inhale, come on up, and exhale, release. Let's take a look at the camel pose. All right, knees are hip distance. You can tuck the toes if you like, hands to your back. Inhale, lift the heart, hips press forward. You can let your chin go back if it feels okay in your neck, and you can grab your heels if it feels okay in your back. Good, inhale, come on up. And exhale, hips to heels, hands to thighs, relax. Good, crossing those ankles, bring our legs out in front of us. Let's do a spinal twist now. We bend that right knee, take it over the left leg. Take the left foot back towards the right hip. Inhale as you sit tall, reach the right hand up. Exhale that hand behind you. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale the elbow over the knee. Take several deep breaths as you twist your spine. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, extend the legs. And left foot in over the right leg. If possible, right foot toward the left hip. Sit tall. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale it behind you. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale the elbow over the knee. With each inhalation, extend the crown of the head up. With each exhalation, twist the spine deeply. Good. Inhale, come on back to center. Exhale as we extend those legs. Legs together, feet flexed, spine straight. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach down, grab the feet, bend the knees if necessary. Good. Arms with the ears. Inhale up. Exhale as you roll back onto your back. Once you get there, draw those legs in. Give them a nice squeeze. Make some circles. Good. And then you can grab the soles of your feet for a little bit of happy baby. And when you're ready to relax, set a timer for 6 minutes. Unwind onto your back in Shavasana. Close your eyes. And try and just relax in stillness and silence for 6 minutes.